Woo, football! Welcome to the false start on the Pro Football Spot channel. I'm Brandon Perna, and today we're looking at the first round of the NFL draft. By the time you watch this, day 2 and rounds 2 and 3 will probably be over. So why the f are you here? We've got the draft war room, where wars have never even happened. We've got Mel Kiper and John Gruden, who hate each other's f***ing guts for no reason other than John Gruden is jealous of Mel Kiper's wife. That's right, I said it. John Gruden wants to f*** Mel Kiper's wife. Where else are you gonna get that news? Nowhere. Am I pissed because I wasn't invited to the f***ing draft? Yeah! It really hurt my feelings. This draft, like all other drafts, was boring and overhyped as hell. But we still watched the entire thing, didn't we? Why? Because we love football more than our friends and family. Does that make us bad people? Obviously. Anyway, as expected, Jadeveon Clowney went number 1 overall to Houston, and Greg Robinson went number 2 to St. Louis. The first surprise in the draft came at number 3 when Jacksonville selected Blake Bortles, quarterback from some small shitty college in Florida. Nobody seemed to be more excited about this pick than this die-hard drunk Blake Bortles fan. Another notable story in the draft was Johnny Manziel. You either love him or you hate him. Just like his best friend Drake. I do feel a little bit sorry for Johnny Football, mostly because this lady asked him the longest question in the world at his press conference today.
Talk a little bit about, when we see the persona, the pictures with Drake and, and you're friends with Kyrie and LeBron. And,
what's your fucking point, lady?
Are you, is that kind of who you are, and are you bringing some of that sort of star power and sort of celebrity, big life thing?
Well, you have Drake's, one of your friends, he's a celebrity, and then, there are other celebrities like Matt Damon and, Lady Gaga. Those are people too, Johnny. Do you like watching television and listening to music, Johnny? John Gruden, who typically is my favorite analyst, loves Johnny Football.
George Bush went to Manziel's pro day. I didn't see the former president at your pro day. Johnny Football will bring a buzz to Houston.
This means I no longer respect Gruden's opinion. The funny thing is, in addition to loving Manziel, Gruden seems to hate Mel Kiper's guts.
3 years from now, you and I are going to have the same discussion. Just like
There's only one way. There's only one way I would not take Jadeveon Clowney. That's if Andrew Luck was in this draft, and he's not.
In 3 years, Gruden, you're going to be apologizing to Mel Kiper. If you wonder why Gruden was fired as a head coach, it's probably because he says things like this.
He's got to be number 1 on your board.
Right,
he's got to be number 1.
He's number 1. I did an hour show on Manziel. He's number 1.
Manziel was literally at the top of nobody's draft board, Gruden. Nobody. But the best part is when Kiper tries to ask Gruden about Manziel's performance against LSU.
Your guy Russell Wilson, where'd he go?
Right, you guys are killing me. Now you got Johnny Football comparing with all the quarterbacks.
Six of the top 10 quarterbacks in the NFL.
Quarterbacks against great defenses. And the best college football has to offer is Alabama. He ripped Alabama.
He didn't rip LSU.
I just sat here with Nick Saban. He told me the same thing. Just be careful what you wish for.
John, he did not rip LSU. He did not. What? Well, he did not rip LSU.
Listen.
LSU what? Are you even talking, Mel Kiper, you sucker?
He ripped Alabama.
He didn't rip LSU.
I just sat here with Nick Saban.
Are you saying something, Kiper?
What?
Well, he did not rip LSU.
I talked to Johnny Football for a hour on my football show. You idiot.
I did an hour show on Manziel. He's number 1.
With the 22nd pick of the 2014 NFL Draft.
He's number 1. With the 22nd pick, he's number 1.
Johnny Manziel.
I love football so goddamn much, Kiper. Does everybody love football as much as me? That's my Gruden impression. At 6, the Falcons took Jake Mathews, who comes from a long line of distinguished football players. Although I will say, I don't really see the resemblance between him and his dad, Ryan Mathews. Anyway, stay tuned for when I cover rounds 2 through 7 next week. It won't be very good, but I'll at least try to explain some football stuff. And make sure to subscribe to the Pro Football Spot channel. We're better than everybody else. Do you like watching things that are better than everything else? Then you'll f***ing watch the Pro Football Spot channel's football videos. Yeah, they're pretty good.
I don't feel like I'm overdrafted.